exciting review of Winning with People by John C Maxwell. And in today's review, we're going to be looking at the Bob Principle. When Bob has a problem with everyone, Bob is usually the problem. Right. Have you met anybody like this before? They go around creating problem. They go around causing trouble. Right. Their middle name is Trouble. First name even is Trouble. Last name is Trouble. On June 23, 1988, a man named Billy Martin was fired as manager of Major League Baseball's New York Yankees. Right. Baseball managers lose their jobs all the time, so he wasn't the first person, so that you will not think that that is actually news. But then there was something different about this man, about Billy Martin being fired from his job as Yankees. And this was because this was the 5th time that he would be fired from his job. Let me know if you can hear me clearly, please. This was the 5th time he would be fired from his job. Have you ever known a person like that who had problems with him or her? Problems follow them everywhere they go, just like MTN. Everywhere you go, thank you, Shell. Problems would always follow them. It doesn't matter where they go, right? This guy had been hired and fired several times. He was very good as a player. He was very good as a coach. But then he would always fight with people. He would fight with his fellow players. He would fight with his fellow coaches. He would fight with the players that he was coaching when he became a coach. He would even fight with his employers. There was a time he was caught fighting in a club and he was fired immediately, And luckily for him, he would get hired again, only for him to fight his way out of his job. So it was the weapon fashioned against himself, right? For him, it wasn't anybody trying to frustrate his life. He was the one frustrating his own life. He was legendary for fist fights. He would fight people. It did not matter who the person was. He would always fight. There was a time he beat up a star pitcher, Dave Boswell, and was fired. And anytime he was fired, he would be hired again. He would do the same thing again. Right. Here, there is something this is written about him. It says the early 80s were the usual for Martin. Hired, fired, rehired again by the Yankees. Martin drank and brawled his way out of every job he ever had. Have you met anybody like that? How can you have a job and then you fight until you are fired? Right. So Martin was continually ejected from games and often suspended for his treatment of umpires. And he didn't get along with the owners of the club. He didn't get along with those who employed him. So he looks like a Bob. Anybody who behaves like this is a Bob. Billy Martin is the perfect example of what John C Maxwell calls the Bob Principle. It is a relational truth that he discovered years ago. If Bob has problems with Bill, and Bob has problems with Fred, Bob has problems with Sue, Bob has problems with Jane, Bob has problems with Sam, then Bob is usually the problem. You cannot be having problem with everybody. It means that you are the problem. Right, once you enter a place and there is trouble, watch yourself. But what really blew my mind about Bob was that he did not see anything wrong about all that he was doing. In fact, he justified it. When they asked him that, he said, okay, let me read this place. Billy Martin seemed to have problems with nearly everyone. He was involved in more fights than some professional boxers. Interesting. Yet he never indicated that he saw a problem with how he conducted himself. He didn't see a problem with it. And that in itself is a big problem. If there's a problem with you and you don't see any problem, you don't see what other people are seeing, then it's a big problem. He once said that I believe if God had ever managed, he would have been very aggressive the way I manage. And when he was also asked, why did he think he was fired from so many teams? He said, I get fired because I'm not a yes man. The world is full of yes men. This is somebody trying to even justify his bad behavior. So That's the bulb principle at work there, right? And we have so many bulbs around us. And it may even be possible that you are a bulb yourself. So you may want to look within, you may want to apply the mirror principle. What do you see in the mirror, or who do you see in the mirror? What is your self-image like? You have to be truthful to yourself. You have to be honest, right? Yes, because sometimes we speak. We have to check ourselves too. Everywhere you go, do you go around with problem? Even if you get to a peaceful place, before you leave, what is the state of that place? Is it still peaceful, or you leave the entire place in trouble? Right. So how do you know a bulb when you see him? Look at the following 4 characteristics. Number 1, bulb is a problem carrier. The bulbs of this world carry around problems, and those problems affect other people. The problem is stuck on them like a badge. And guess what? The next several times a negative comment came up. Okay, so John Maxwell was talking about, a time where he was heading a church, and somebody will raise his hand during a board meeting to say, oh, somebody complained about this. And then other people, maybe like 4 other people, would also raise their hands to say, yes, other people, somebody also complained about that to me. And the next person will say, somebody also complained about that. And so they agreed that they were going to disclose the person's name. So on this particular day, they said, the moment they started the board meeting, and one of the board members raised his hand to say, oh, somebody complained about something. So they asked him, who is the person? And he mentioned the person's name. And the other people too raised their hands to say, that was the same person that complained to me. So it means that it was just one person causing a lot of problem. It's just one person doing the complaining. Imagine one person complaining to like 6 people. So this person just go around spreading trouble. You have to be aware of this kind of people, right? Number 2, Bob is a problem finder. Even when there is no problem, Bob will find one. They like to find problems, and they will expose these problems to other people. It doesn't take great talent to see a problem. In fact, if you look hard enough, people can find a problem in every situation. But it takes greater talent to solve problems. Most Bobs have no interest in solving problems. They just want to find problems, create problems. Number 2, Bob is a problem creator. They will create problems, and they will involve others in this problem that they create. Number 4, Bob is a problem receiver. People will bring problems to them. They will receive it. They will accept it. Just like the case of Madam Betsy, who used to work in John Maxwell's former organization. This woman will get into a lot of trouble because so much trouble could be linked to her. And when they asked her, why is this so? She said, well, people usually bring their trouble to me, and then I can't turn them away. So somebody will bring a complaint to you, they'll bring gossip to you, they'll bring all kinds of things to you, and then you keep accepting it, so they keep coming back. Before you know it, they rope you in. Before you know it, they are making you hate people that you're not supposed to hate. So John Maxwell is telling us that don't allow people to be dumping garbage on you. Once somebody comes to gossip to you, turn them back. Don't accept it. Don't help them to feed on it. Don't help them to castigate another person because you were not there. Don't be a problem receiver. Why must it be you that they'll keep bringing problem to? Oh, look at what this person did. Imagine what that guy did to me. Imagine what Mr. John said about the manager. And you will listen. You pay rapt attention. No, don't allow them to dump garbage on you. So what do you do if you have a Bob? If you have a problematic person or a Bobby in your life? A Bob is a man, a Bobby is a lady, right? What would you do if you have such a person in your life? Someone who finds, creates, and spread problems. Consider these 4 things to do. Number 1, respond with a positive comment. When a negative person tries to drop a problem on your lap, respond with something positive. If the comment is about a situation, try to find the bright side. Make sure that you don't plunge into the whole of their negativity. It's a trap. If they come and tell you something negative about a person, look for something positive about that person to say, to counter whatever negative thing they have said about the person. Don't help them to spread the negativity. Don't solidify it. Don't endorse it. Number 2, show your concern for someone being criticized. Someone is being criticized, and then the next thing you're doing is to join them. No, don't join them. Otherwise, you are a part of that problem. Anytime a person's motives are being criticized, the best thing is to give the person a benefit of the doubt. You cannot presume that, oh, this was the reason why you did that. You were not there, except they do it to you personally. You don't know the person, anybody's heart. Only God can judge that. He's the only one who sees our heart. So somebody is criticizing another person, and then quickly you agree to it. You were not there. You were not part of the situation. So don't encourage that. Don't let us join in to criticize people. In a previous chapter, we learned that if you love people unconditionally, you will not criticize them. You are not going to gossip about them. You are not going to advertise their sins to the world. It is the lack of love that makes us to criticize people easily. We find every opportunity to gossip. It's so bad now that people do it for likes and comments and engagements on social media. It is terrible. We bring people down just for likes and engagement, comments. It's terrible. The third thing you can do, encourage steps toward resolution. Somebody has come to you that, oh, this person offended me. Imagine what he did. Ask them, have you spoken to him about this? Have you tried to resolve this issue with the person before bringing it to me? Because now they want to rope you in. The person is trying to draw you to his or her side so that you can support him or her. Don't do that. Tell them to go back to that person. Because what they are doing is to drag you into gossip. You were not there, so tell them, please, have you tried to resolve it? Because the person may not even know that he offended you. Go and speak to him one-on-one first. That's even what the Bible encourages us to do. If somebody offends you, the next thing is not to go and report to a third party. First of all, try to seek a redress with that person. Let the person know. You'll be amazed that the person may not even be aware. The person may be like, oh, I didn't know, I'm so sorry. Meanwhile, if you didn't do that, you would have carried gossip, you would have spoiled or damaged the person's reputation in the presence of others. Then number 4, ask Bob to think before speaking. So let's assume that you have a strong relationship with Bob, or you are Bob's boss at work, and then you can speak to boss. Tell Bob, Tell Bob to apply the think acronym. T says, is it true? Before Bob speaks, tell him to think. And this is the full meaning of think. T says, is it true? H says, is it helpful? I says, is it inspiring? N says, is it necessary? And K says, is it kind? So before you speak, this is speaking to all of us now, whether you're a Bob or not. Before you speak, before you say anything, ask yourself, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If it is not any of these, then don't say it. Keep your mouth quiet. Don't join them to gang up against anybody. Don't join them to promote gossip. Right. If Bob cannot answer yes to any of these questions, then it is not appropriate. Then it's appropriate for him to proceed. Okay, if you can answer yes, then say it. If the answers to all those questions are yes, then say what you want to say. But if the answers would be no, then there's no point. It's not necessary. It's not kind. It is not edifying. It's not going to inspire anybody. It's not even necessary. It's not true. Right. Another characteristic of Bob is that Bob keeps away from others. Keep Bob away from others. If you find a person who is a Bob, maybe in your organization, in your circle, try to isolate this person from other people so that they don't pollute the entire group as much as possible, especially if you're in a position of authority. Or even if you are not, try to distance yourself from this person. Otherwise, they will drag you into their own trouble. So the big question, what if you are Bob? We've been talking about Bob, how to deal with a problematic person. What if you are the problematic person? Right. Ask yourself these questions. Number 1, do I experience some kind of conflict almost every day? This is how you know if you're a problematic person, if you're a Bob. If you always experience conflict with people almost every day, right? You must rub shoulders with somebody. You must abuse, you must insult, you almost fight. Then also ask yourself, do people often rub me the wrong way? Or do bad things just naturally happen to me? Or do I have few friends and I wish I had more? Then also ask yourself, do I always seem to say the wrong things? Like you always find yourself in trouble, then it means that you are a Bob. If you answered yes to several of these questions, then you might be Bob or Bobby. If that is true, remember the first rule of holes. When you are in a hole, stop digging. You want to pause so that you don't create more problems. You don't keep getting into trouble. You don't keep, getting more problematic. The first thing you have to do is to admit that you are Bob. If you don't admit, just like Billy Martin, in spite of all the problems, all the troubles that he caused, he never admitted it. He did not see anything wrong with his behavior. So the first solution is to admit that you are Bob. And the second is that you want to change your lifestyle. You don't want to keep doing what you're doing. You want to look at yourself in the mirror and you want to be truthful to yourself. You want to tell yourself that, oh, you're going to be kinder, you're going to be more gentle. When you are faced with any situation, you want to keep quiet. There was a time I used to have issues, in a church that I used to attend back then. And because I am somebody who don't like to see things going wrong and keep quiet, I find it uncomfortable to keep quiet when things are going wrong. But a time came that I felt that I was always pointing out things that were wrong, and truly things were wrong. Things were wrong, to be honest. And I couldn't keep quiet. Everybody else would be complaining on the ground. They wouldn't want to speak out openly. They knew that things were wrong, but they would rather go around gossiping about it. They would rather go around complaining. And I would say, why don't we all, say this out in a meeting? And so I would always say it. But it came to a point where I was seen as the troublemaker. Oh, you're the only one who is speaking. So I would tell myself, before I attend the meeting, I say, once I get there today, I will keep my mouth shut. In fact, I would hold my lips. I would tell myself that, give myself that, pep talk before going. And that was what I used to do. I said I would hold my lips. So you also have to control yourself. Hold your lips. Or like my sister would tell me then, just take a big chunk of bread and use it to block your mouth, so that anytime you want to speak, the words will not come out, right? So you just have to change your lifestyle. You just have to find a way to change. At least if you are saying something, like in my own case, and people are not yielding, is it not best to keep quiet? But eventually I had to leave because I couldn't keep taking it anymore, right? So I just had to leave. So you want to find a solution. It's either you leave, you walk away, or you keep quiet, or, just do something. There must be a change somewhere. Begin by following the guidelines that John Maxwell has already given us. Use the think questions before you speak. Let me say the think questions again. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If you cannot answer yes to these questions, then just keep your mouth. Just keep quiet. Try to see the positive in every situation and ask people to hold you accountable for your attitude and actions. No one has to be a Bob forever. Even if you're a Bob right now, you're a problematic person, there is hope for you. That's the good news. You can actually change. Just be more intentional. It may be that you're a Bob because you feel that everybody hates you, nobody wants to relate with you, or maybe you're a strict person, you're a blunt person, and that is always getting you into trouble. So just find a way to douse that tension. Find the positive side of things, right? And if it is not convenient for you anymore, just walk away peacefully. All right, thank you so much. We've come to the end of the review of the Bob Principle. Don't forget to like this video, share your comments with me, and please subscribe to this channel in case you yet subscribe. I remain Dr. Laida Agbaje, also known as First Lady, and on this channel, I inspire you to live intentionally. I'll come your way again tomorrow by God's grace as we review the approachability principle. It is going to be another interesting review. Until then, be intentional. Bye. Thank you, everybody. You're welcome.